Go for it.
Hello, DMAC. We are doing the Habitat for Humanity Restore in Tuscaloosa. That's our project. I really kind of lost it there. I was thinking just,
Bro, this is good stuff.
this is not good stuff.
Just tell it, this is a real world view of what our project, like what our group does. So this is what you're getting to see, is that this is how we interact. And this is what happens. This is how we meet.
Yeah. Don't cut any of that.
We ride dirty in them.
Do we want to give her an impromptu inventory and pricing?
I mean,
and
I
just
think a
explain?
little bit of a guideline, I'm sure could help. I mean,
Okay.
it's not like you have to say, this is worth this, we don't have to go and research all the products, all you have to do is say, you gotta have some sort of system that decides what the price is gonna be, because just guessing. 'Cause
Okay.
I don't know how much research she does about how much stuff's worth.
Yeah.
Or talk to some people about, researching businesses that are going under or whatever, and just in terms of ones that are going bankrupt, like the city keeps a record of that. And, she could have to where somebody, and see, these are other things that those two people who sit at the front store, they don't do anything, okay? So like, every day they could come in, they could have the local Tuscaloosa newspaper, they could have the Birmingham News, and they could go through each of those newspapers, and there's probably sections, so they don't have to go through the whole newspaper.
And find things for
And
sure.
find places that are going under and things like bargains or whatever, things that are in there. They can
So you
go,
can get building supplies from places like that.
they can go online every day if they get a computer up there. They can go online every day and they can, like we talk about with the Home Depot and Lowe's, they can be looking at prices and doing that every day instead of doing nothing and sitting there.
Right. And
At
at least some organization too.
Okay, so suggestions for workers I think could be a small thing that someone can handle. So I think, okay, layout, organization, store volunteer thing. Suggestions for front desk workers possibly. And that, I can even do that just like real quick. I was just writing down stuff you were saying because that's a good idea. Retail suppliers and wholesalers, one of us can maybe look into that. Do we want to say that or do we want to wait on that?
I mean, I think
Too
she's
much.
gonna be the
Okay,
one,
so we're gonna cut that.
and I think
That's
she's
fine.
gonna be the one that does that however she does it in terms of contacting
Okay.
people like that.
So then we'll leave that. What about other organizations on giving? Or do we want to leave that for her too?
Again, I think
That's more of an Allison
her-
thing.
That's outside.
Okay,
This is what we need.
outside the scope. Scope creep. Okay.
So Lauren, what's our scope?
Okay, yeah, I'll say scope real quick. Okay, the scope of this project is to prepare and plan implementation of project directives designed to improve the Habitat Restore's showroom operations. Principally provide suggestions and/or proposals to improve the resource floor plan and inventory and pricing systems in order to better accommodate customer needs.
This is her website basically, and I think we could make suggestions because I don't even like what she
So
writes. I don't
website
like the stuff that
suggestions?
she writes compared to what Birmingham has.
Yeah.
Hers
Okay.
looks less professional, and she says some things that, I don't think. I would say I'll make suggestions about.
We'll Habitat Restore Tuscaloosa, that's not the page that comes up. And even if it does come up, it doesn't have the
Really?
address on the front page, does it? No. That should be like
Yes,
in
it is.
big, like at the top, should be like Habitat Restore.
Like across from Willie T's or whatever.
It's gonna be our 5 things to do. Can I tell y'all these real quick, or
I
can
wanna
we
like cut
figure
and
these
paste
out?
like the weekend update music on the beginning of the video.
That sounds good. But can category signs just be layout and organization? To,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I mean,
okay.
that's the same
I
thing.
think, yeah.
But I'm just trying to think of like something that actually they can accomplish, like,
That is attainable with.
yeah. And it's, you know, it's helpful.
The only way I'll finish this project is if I have all the right materials, but materials are so expensive these days.
Why don't you go to the Habitat for Humanity Restore?
The Habitat for Humanity Restore?
It's a great place where you can find all kinds of household items and at a fraction of the cost. Not only do you help promote recycling, but you're helping families in the area since all the profits from Habitat for Humanity Restores go directly to Habitat for Humanity.
Helping myself and the community. Sounds good to me.
Visit your local Habitat for Humanity Restore today.
What am I going to do with all this stuff?
Hey, Tom, why don't you take it over to the Habitat for Humanity Restore?
Habitat for Humanity Restore. What's that?
It's a place where you can donate furniture, appliances, building supplies, and other household items. Not only do you help promote recycling, you'll be helping families in the area, since all the profits from Habitat for Humanity Restores goes directly to Habitat for Humanity.
So I'll be helping myself and the community. Sounds great.
Visit your local Habitat for Humanity Restore today.
Hey guys, looks like this project is done.
We never could have finished without the Habitat for Humanity Restore.
It had everything at amazing prices.
Good, and money from the restores helps Habitat Homes in our community.
You work with Habitat for Humanity?
Sure do, but even with professional assistance, Habitat Homes get a huge boost from the restores.
We finished our project and helped the community. Great!
Habitat for Humanity Restores, building better communities one home at a time.
Where are you going with all this stuff?
My project's done and this is all left over, so we're taking it to the Habitat for Humanity Restore.
Habitat for Humanity Restores.
Yeah, as a contractor, I have plenty of leftover material. We donate it to the Habitat for Humanity Restores. We get a tax deduction, and recycling is good for the environment too.
That's great.
And it's Habitat for Humanity, so it helps people right here in our community.
Habitat for Humanity Restores, building better communities one home at a time.